Happy Thursday everybody, and welcome back to the Ascension journey. So this episode is all about questions that you guys want answered. So let's jump straight into it. How do you cope with mum guilt, aka a night out without the kids or a date night? I struggled with this so bad in the beginning, but then I came to the realization that I do so much for my family, so I deserve this. I deserve a night out, I deserve time to myself, and I deserve time to just be alone with my friends, or my husband and I deserve time on our own as a couple, because we work hard in employment, we also work hard within our home. So you really need to understand that you deserve time to yourself. Don't feel guilty, because you have done and are doing so much for your household that you deserve a break where you just don't have to think about anything else except having fun and thinking about yourself. How has working and studying in the health industry changed your perception on life? So because I work in an emergency department, we look after newborns all the way up to 99-year-olds. A large dynamic within those types of patients. Life is incredibly short. I get a lot of young people that come in with terminal illnesses. We diagnose a lot of children with some illnesses that aren't going to have very good outcomes. We do get a lot of sick babies in, which is really, really sad. So I think the biggest thing that I've learned being in the health industry is that you can't please everybody. People are either going to appreciate you or they're not. They're going to appreciate the care you're giving them, or they're just not. What is the hardest thing to accept about yourself on the journey to self-love? The biggest thing that I've had to accept about myself is my body image. I have struggled a lot with my post-baby body, which you may have read on my Instagram and my Facebook page. Just because society puts so much pressure on women to look and feel a certain way about themselves. And I think when you're pregnant, everyone just gushes over you and tells you how amazing you look. And then as soon as you are born, it's like this instant thing that you need to snap back. Only recently have I fully embraced it, and now am absolutely in love with myself. What are your long-term goals? What would you like to be doing 7 to 10 years from now? In 10 years' time, I hopefully will have a wellness empire which will incorporate lots of different aspects of life and help heal people, mind, body, and spirit. I'm studying myotherapy at the moment, but I would also like to study naturopathy, as well as to do a life coaching course so that I can really, really help people. I'd really love to run some courses with people as well in terms of self-love and being the best versions of themselves. So dealing with PTSD from past abusive relationships, it's something that I still struggle with. I didn't realize that I had PTSD from my abusive relationship until I was pregnant with Nalani. Because I had suffered so much abuse when I was pregnant with Lamaya, I would wake up in like sweats in the middle of the night and have nightmares about being abused. Felt like I was always looking over my shoulder, and it's just like certain tendencies when someone would get too close to me or put their hand up, I just like fully flinch. With it, when I uploaded my first vlog, My Truth, I was so bloody anxious about that. I was looking over my shoulder every 5 seconds. Every time I was driving, I was always cautious and aware of everyone that was around me, just in case that person would come up and try and hurt me or my family. I think this journey of self-love and healing is helping me to deal with that, and to recognize all of those emotions and all of the traumas that I've been through, and to recognize that that part of my life is over and that it's no longer going to affect me. It's really important to understand when you've been through that situation that it isn't your fault and you were not to blame for anything that had happened. Don't feel guilty about that situation. You can't feel guilt because it's not your fault what happened. It's not your fault. You can't accept blame for someone else's actions, and you shouldn't feel guilty for the eventual outcomes, because those were the actions of the perpetrator and not yours. How do I maintain healthy hormonal systems in regards to periods and the pill? I don't believe in contraception, not for any philosophical reason, plainly for the fact that I don't believe my body agrees with them, and I feel like the reason I have so many problems with my fertility have stemmed from the pill. And that is just my opinion, and I know a lot of other women have those same opinions as well. I will not ever go back on contraception. Yeah, see, I haven't really looked into maintaining healthy hormones. It's something that I really have to look into a bit further. How do you escape your mind and remain calm? Breathing. It sounds really stupid, but if you look into breathing techniques and exercises, I find that they really help. I really try and stay in the present, and I just breathe, and then I just let my mind wander from the current situation, and then once I've regathered myself, then I'll come back to it. How do you handle stressful situations? I'm a pretty patient person, but sometimes I can just get overwhelmed and just lose it. I do get overwhelmed, and I can snap at my kids sometimes, which I try not to do because that's just a shitty feeling for them. It's all Notlani. I let her have a little tantrum. I let her feel the emotions that she needs to feel because she's obviously overwhelmed by stimulus in her environment. She doesn't know how to cope with her emotions, which is expected for a toddler. She hasn't learnt that coping mechanism yet. I understand that that is all what being a toddler is about, and once she regathers herself and comes back to a normal place, then I'll pay attention to her again. What workouts do you do? Do you mainly do HIIT, or do you perform yoga and Pilates? I mainly just do HIIT workouts because I feel like my body in particular gets the most benefit out of doing HIIT workouts. I also play OzTag during the week, and I train for OzTag on a Sunday and do fitness training with my team on a Sunday before my OzTag training. I do also incorporate bar and Pilates into my week. Sometimes like I'll do bar one week and then Pilates the next week. I do like doing those because they're great for strengthening and lengthening out my muscles. I don't feel like yoga resonates with me. I find it a little boring. I don't know, it just doesn't resonate with me. Meditation. If you do it, how do you do it? Now, there's this app that you can get on the App Store, and it's called One Giant Mind, and it actually teaches you how to meditate. It's free on the App Store. So if you're interested in learning how to meditate, I would definitely recommend downloading that app. And I do a lot of guided meditation because I feel like it's the easiest way to get to where I need to be faster. Or you can go on to YouTube and you can search guided meditation if it's for sleep, for relaxation, for motivation. I'm interested in things like salt therapies and natural therapies. Salt therapy, I think, is incredibly beneficial for you whether you're sick or not. So I will take my children there if they're congested, and we spend, I think, 45 minutes in a room full of salt, and this machine grinds Himalayan salt and pushes it through the air so that you're breathing in all of that salty air. A lot of athletes do it to improve their stamina and endurance and improve their lung capacity as well. It also helps decongest, dry up secretions. It can give you a little bit of a cough as well as it's trying to dislodge those secretions. It helps you relax and it increases your lung capacity, like I said prior. It's antifungal, antibacterial. There's so many amazing benefits of salt therapy. One that I go to is the salt cave in Mermaid Beach. It's within the Himalayan salt factory, and I think it's $30 for 2 people. So I usually go with my children, and it's $30 just for all of us, which is I think the cheapest on the Gold Coast, and it's beautiful in there, absolutely beautiful. You can get massages in there as well and have the ultimate relaxation experience. Other natural therapies that I incorporate into my family, we do see a naturopath. If I need anything for my children, I will always go and see a naturopath and get some natural remedies made up for them before I try any pharmaceuticals. Most things that our kids obtain are viruses, and you can't really treat them with anything anyway. You can't give antibiotics to viruses. So I will try and strengthen my children's immune system. I give them vitamin C powder. They have probiotics, and I get them tonics made up by the naturopath when they are unwell, specific to what their immune system needs at that particular point in time. What is one piece of advice you wish you knew sooner that has changed your life? Stop trying to please everybody. You really need to learn how to please yourself and make yourself happy, and not to sacrifice your happiness for anybody else. A lot of people's problems is that they try and please everybody They worry about what everyone thinks. They worry about people's opinions on their lives too much that they don't enjoy their own lives. And this question, people want to know this question. And a couple of people have asked this question. Actually, how do you keep your sex life interesting after you've been with your partner for 5+ years? My husband and I are genuinely interested in each other. We genuinely like each other. We enjoy each other's company. My husband and I are very into pleasing each other and creating a great sexual experience for each other. Now, while sex isn't everything to a relationship, it does play a major role in your relationship. It helps relieve tension, release endorphins. It helps bond you as a couple, and you learn so much about each other throughout sex. And guys, the passion is unbelievable when you genuinely love and respect the person that you are making love to. Don't be like too all up in your girlfriend or wife's faces demanding sex. Like, I'm horny, I want to have sex, we haven't had sex in so long. Like, that is the biggest turn off when someone demands sex. Make sure you are fulfilling your duties as a husband and wife in other areas before you think about sex. You're going to be more inclined to want to have sex with each other if the rest of your relationship is fulfilling. So my husband and I love each other a lot. We're a very sensual, passionate couple, but we keep it interesting. These are some tips to keep it interesting if every other aspect in your life is fulfilling. Lingerie. You guys, my husband loves lingerie. I will wear that shit if it's going to turn him on. Guys, start slow and work your way up. Don't be forceful. Don't try and rush straight into it. Build the excitement first before you jump straight into it. Foreplay. Get to know each other's body. If you cannot make your girlfriend or wife orgasm, then that is just absolutely selfish. Learn ways to accomplish that, because it's incredibly selfish if you're having all the fun and she doesn't. So really get to know each other's body, what works and what doesn't. It will bring you closer as a couple. Never ever finish without your wife or girlfriend orgasming. That's just boring. If you know how to make your wife or partner orgasm, then she's going to want to have sex with you more often. Porn. You guys, it's for some people and not for everyone. Mental stimulation can actually help in the bedroom. Watch it together, break down some barriers, and have some fun with it. Toys. You guys, if you haven't been to a sex shop with your spouse, I urge you to go and do that. It keeps things exciting, it keeps everything so lively, it ignites passion, and if you genuinely want to please each other, it makes the sexual experience so much better. Make it fun. Try different positions, different locations, get freaky, you know, make some videos. Just don't share those videos on the internet. These are things that just work in my relationship. It may not work for you, but give them a go. DM me and let me know how you guys go with that. Guys, and that concludes today's video. Thank you so much for all of your questions. Thank you so much for participating in this vlog today. If you have any more questions that you would like answered privately, please feel free to DM me or message me or whatnot. Email me if you need to, but I'll be happy to answer your questions. Make sure you join me tomorrow for my Fitness Friday. Get your weekly dose of motivation. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you so much for being here with me today. And I'll see you guys all next week.